Go ahead.
Tom, you face a Maryland team that has a top-notch point guard, top inside play. Just what problems do they present?
Oh, every problem imaginable because they're deep. And that was one of the things that I think was really apparent at the beginning of the year with them, and they've developed those guys. But they don't put anybody out on the court that can't make plays. And the size, obviously, is really unique because of how well Jake Layman plays at the 3 spot. I mean, he can mix between the 3 and the 4. But then when you have 4 inside players like they have, not just Robert Carter and Diamond Stone, but the other guys that come off the bench, they really don't lose a lot. I mean, they can defend, they hold the post, they protect the paint. And the best thing they do is protect the paint. And they create a lot of shot blocks. They create some shot alters. And we're going to have to really, really move the ball. That's the best thing they do defensively, I would say. But offensively, they move it. They get up the court quickly in transition. They use the corners very well. They can shoot threes. Jaron Nickens is playing like a starter. And from the perimeter, I mean, I think he's 56% in the last 3 games. So they're really on they've been a great team all year, but they're on a roll right now, especially offensively at 46% in the last 3 games from 3. And so we've got to do a great job on every area, and the biggest thing is we just cannot give them the ball back easily. You know, we can't give them turnovers, live ball turnovers, and we certainly can't give them open offensive rebounds and clean looks in transition. So there's a long list that we've got to be really, really airtight on is playing as limiting our mistakes as much as possible.
With it being senior night, you talked a lot about this, but can you just do it one more time about what Yogi has meant personally to you?
Well, I think he means a lot to me personally because I've known him for a very long time, and it's been a lot of time watching him grow up. And you've known him from a high school freshman, especially as a high school sophomore, to now as a college senior. And there's to me, it's the day by day that you go through of watching somebody like that grow. And so he's always been a winner, came in a champion. Now with this Big Ten championship, he's got another championship at the end of his senior year here, you know, at the end of his Big Ten season. So that speaks volumes about what kind of player and what kind of competitor he is. But watching him grow up as a person, watching him grow up as a leader, watching him just take his confidence to another level because he brought confidence to his teammates. And I think that's the biggest thing. Yogi's always been a very confident person. But when you bring confidence to others, it's amazing what it does to your own level of confidence. And I think that's, that's the biggest thing for me. But again, I'm not in a closure state of mind. I'm not in a definitive put an exclamation point on it. I think we still have a lot of basketball. Maryland's going to be a very, very challenging team. But the bottom line is Yogi just continues to get better, and I think he's still got more growth in him while he's with us because I think he's going to have a very long career. When that closure of Indiana does come, I think he's going to have a very long career at the NBA level.
Is that your favorite thing about college basketball, is seeing a kid start as a freshman or a sophomore and then just develop and turn into a man before your eyes?
No, I think that's part of it. Yeah, I mean that's why that's part of the you want the same thing in your family. So this is your extended family. So I have that's a huge part of it. But there's a lot of things that are very enjoyable about this, and because it all comes back to the process that people go through to get where they need to be at. And I love the guys that didn't end up making it all the way through because you go through those moments with them as well. And you hope that you did enough with them to that it'll come back to help them at some point in time. You try to make everybody better in your program. But when you've got somebody like Yogi that has done the things that he's done and improved the way that he's improved, it's a joy to go through it with him.
Tom, you touched on this the other day, but you mentioned riding around with a golf cart with Yogi. Mm-hmm. Was that the first time?
Yeah, I think DeJuan Moreira was on that golf cart as well, who's at Morehead State now. It's the first time I was around him. Yeah, I'd seen him play once, but that was the first time that he'd been here. He was in the back of the golf cart, so he didn't stay in the back of the golf cart very long.
I was going to say, did you sense that swagger, that confidence?
No, not at that point. No, I was too. In all honesty, at that point, no. And really, even watching him as a sophomore, AAU-wise, I didn't see that But I did see it on his high school team. You know, you started to see it there. And I think his, let me see, Marcus Teague might have been, he was in the AU team that I saw him play on. So, you know, when Marcus is on the team, he's going to dominate the ball a lot. He's going to have the ball in his hands a lot. So Yogi, even the first time I saw him, didn't get a ton of minutes early on. But the more you watched him, the more you could see it. And then you could see it as the AU season went on. But you could, the biggest thing for me was seeing it on his Park Tudor team with Ed Schilling. Anything else with that?
No.
Okay.
Can you update us on how Robert is doing and Juwan?
Robert is still dealing. He's doing a little more from time to time, and just trying to progress and rehabbing, and he's doing everything as diligently as he can there. Still dealing with the high ankle sprain, and Juwan was better today. He went through a limited amount of practice yesterday, but he was much better today.
Tom, this is a quasi-big picture question, but now that you've gone through a year with the rules changes, has it done what maybe people hoped in terms of opening up the game? Have you seen?
I would think so, but I think we'll see as the season continues. You know, as we get into the level of March basketball, right? So, but I think so. Absolutely. I think the referees have done a very good job. I think the key is that no matter at the beginning of the year, at the end of the year, you want it consistent on both ends of the court. And you know, because of human dynamics, it may not be the same every night, right? But because people are different, but you want it to be as consistent as it can be on both ends of the court for both teams. And but I think they've done a very good job. And I don't pay attention to the numbers, you know, the national numbers. I see them, but it's not as relevant to me because just really looking at what our numbers are and then what the numbers of our opponents are, right? But I can believe all that. Yeah, I don't watch it a ton outside of what I watch some of my friends and things, people like that I want to pay attention to. But I watch so much basketball here and so much basketball in preparation that sometimes there's not a lot of time to see some of the other teams. But I would imagine that all those numbers are very true. But I think they've done a very good job with it. And I think the process was moving years ago. But it'd probably be better to ask the guys that are on the that were part of the competition committee or the rules committee, because they'd have had a better view of it. But from my point of view, I think it's been fine.
Anything else?
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Tom.
Mike, go ahead. You got the first question today. Yogi, I guess as a senior day, it's kind of reflection time a little bit. Can you talk about what you thought about your career over?
Well, a lot of ups and downs. I've had a fun time here, you know, different teammates going, you know, in and out the program. But, you know, I'm definitely most excited about this year. Kind of reflects back like on my freshman year, just with our success on the court, I feel like, and the connectivity. But, you know, last game, definitely want to go undefeated. I know these guys want to too. I just want to be remembered as a winner. I feel like, you know, a guy that went out there and played hard every possession with, you know, how active I am on the court, you know, giving it my all. You know, that's just the main thing. And being able to be a part of 2 Big Ten championships, you know, hopefully that helps my case.
For both the not Yogi guys here, why would you think Yogi should be Big Ten MVP? Why do you think he would be the best player in Big Ten?
I mean, we see it every day in him because he's a leader, whether it's on the court or off the court. It's not just the great plays, you know, that he makes for his teammates and the plays that he makes out on the court and, you know, all the points, rebounds, and assists. It's more than that to us. You know, we wouldn't trade him for anything, and, you know, we think he's the most valuable guy in the Big Ten, you know, for sure, because, I mean, of what he does just as a leader, as a person, not just a basketball player.
I mean, pretty much Nick hit it on a tee. You know, Yogi's a vital part of what we're doing and how we're winning right now. And, you know, I think the numbers and the wins and everything we've done kind of, you know, speaks for itself there. Yeah, you know, he's just, he's a rock on our team, and we all just love having him out there.
Max, obviously you've been in the Big Ten, for several years. You've seen a lot of good guys come through. When you look at Yogi as a freshman to Yogi now, what stands out as most as far as his development?
He's still very fast. He can, he's just a really talented player. He can shoot the ball, move it, makes his teammates better. Always looking to make the right play. He's never out there not being a part of, whether it's offense or defense. He's always making an impact and, changing the game for the better.
Does he talk as much as anybody you've been around as far as, I think it was John Gross of Illinois made the point, it's not just watching Yogi play, it's when you're there, court level, you hear how much he's talking to guys. Does he communicate as much as anybody you've been around or seen or heard?
Yeah, he's definitely up there. Yeah, he does a tremendous job, with the scouts and knowing personnel and tendencies and plays, and especially for the younger guys, he echoes that out and tries to help them recognize it before it's coming. And he's like him and me and Nick. We've all been in college basketball so long. We try to help out the younger guys with what's coming. How we're going to defend it and that kind of stuff. Yeah, he's definitely out there, always talking and making an impact.
You talked about it a little bit, Yogi, but you're the only one of the guys left in that class that you came in with. Obviously, I know nobody gets too caught up in recruiting the rankings around here, but it was certainly a highly touted class, and you're the only one left. Has there ever been a moment where you've kind of looked around and just thought, has it ever been just weird to kind of look around and think that you're the only one of those 5 guys that made it all 4 years here?
Yeah, I mean, a little bit weird. Obviously coming in, I expected all 5 of us to come in and, impact the team for, many years and win a lot of games. But, those guys felt like they had a better opportunity for their success. And, you got to respect their decision. Just me being the last one left, I just stuck with it.
Yogi, how challenging was it as a freshman? Point guard is almost like quarterback. You got to lead, but you were a freshman on a veteran team. How hard was that to do that, to take up that role as a freshman?
Yeah, I'd say I was pretty hard. Especially the main thing, I didn't really have the confidence I felt like my freshman year. I can still remember my first game to this day, me being so nervous out there. It's definitely a lot different from high school to college, but I think the main thing was my confidence level wasn't as high as it, obviously is to this day.
So for either of you guys, what would it mean to go undefeated here instead of something else this season?
I mean, it'd be awesome. Like Yogi said, that's what we want to do. It's our home court. There's not a better place to play in the nation than Assembly Hall, and to say that you finished out the season undefeated at home, it'd be remarkable to say.
Hey, Max, you have far surpassed your prior 3 years of playing this year. What did you do personally to help make that happen, and what did the program do to help make that happen?
Yeah, I mean, over the summer, working with the coaches and, just really getting comfortable in this offense were, 2 of the big factors. Just really, with, working with Coach L, working on getting lower, just kind of refining a few things in my shot. That was probably the biggest things for me. And, just working with the coaches constantly to keep on top of that.
Did you go through senior day last year at Michigan, too?
I did. This is number 2 for me.
I know you're not the only one who's kind of doing this with the grad transfer rule, but what's it like going through preparing for a second senior day?
I don't know. I mean, it's gonna be fun. It's definitely the jitters. I don't know if they'll be there the same as they were the first time. Last time I ever playing there. Last time I ever playing here too. But it's just another game. I try to keep a consistent mentality, stay energy pretty high, but not too high, not too low. But it's just definitely gonna be fun to try to win out here.
You don't have the same speech, do you?
No.
Do you guys even do speeches?
No, we didn't. So I gotta wing it.
Yogi, how are you a better leader? You mentioned you had some ups and downs. Sometimes you learn just as much from adversity as you do from success. How are you a better leader now because of everything, the good and bad that you went through?
Well, being more assertive, guys seeing what I see on the court, and I mean, basically just agreeing with what I see on the court. I feel like, this team, they're great listeners, I feel like, and they definitely want to learn, get better. And, when we prepare and point things out, now we're to the point where, we've got freshmen pointing things out that I would point out too. And that's the great thing about our team is, we're learning and, getting better every day.
Yogi, it seems like you've kind of filled different roles on each different team you've been on the last 3 years ever since you got here. I guess how has occupying different roles kind of gotten you to this point where you are right now?
I wouldn't really say it's just occupying different roles. It's just, game in and game out, it just gives you different looks, really. Obviously, with this team, we've got such an inside force with Thomas, Max, OG, and Jawan. They can basically get a bucket for us at any time. We've got shooters, Nick, me, Troy, Harrison, guys like that. So, just depending on whatever the game gives you is just what I'm going to get.
Yogi, you've been known for so long. You were a good player even as a freshman, a Park tutor. Everybody knew who you were all 4 years of high school. You've been very visible 4 years in college. Has it felt like you've been kind of on the stage in Indiana for a long time? Has it gone by fast? What's it been like to see this happen through your eyes?
Yeah, I feel like I've been here for a while, man. Definitely would never want to leave this place, I feel like, though. Getting so much love just from the fans. Always a fun time playing in Assembly Hall. My body definitely feels like I've been here for forever. I'm old now. But this is fun. I'm going to cherish, especially this last game, and cherish these moments. They'll last forever.
Do you have a favorite moment at this point in time, in a game, in practice? Is there one thing that, if you said, really encapsulates your time at IU, this is the story you tell?
It's definitely got to be winning the Big Ten. Before it was winning the Big Ten my freshman year, but now winning at Iowa, that's probably going to be my most favorite moment.
A couple Maryland questions before I let these guys go and bring in Coach.
Well, just real quick for Nick, just your thoughts, on your time here in Indiana. What's it meant to you? Has it exceeded expectations? Just kind of what stood out to you about your time being here?
I loved it, every moment of it. Even when, there were struggles, I, love being here and getting through those struggles and having, success like we have this year and continued success that we're about to have this next month. It's just been, a great time here, and we're going to try to finish it out the way we want to.
Yogi, after Iowa, you're talking about the three freshmen, Harrison, OG, and Jawan, I think specifically, who played a lot of minutes because of the foul trouble. People talk about, I guess, peaking at the right time of year. Just what did it mean for you guys to get that? I think they played 45 combined minutes, to get that kind of contribution from those three guys in an environment like that.
Yeah, they play with a lot of poise. I feel like, they were never nervous out there, played in the flow of the game, and that's the biggest thing. They were ready for the opportunity. And, I told them, when Con was getting in foul trouble, they were on the bench, I told OG and Jawan, make sure y'all ready to come in this game because I knew they were going to come in. And I felt like, what's great about them, them being on the bench, they can kind of see how the game is going. And I feel like they use that to their advantage. So when they get in, they can impact the game, and they do.
Max, what stands out to you the most about Maryland's front line and what they've done?
They're really talented. They got a bunch of big guys, and they use their size well. They've had a lot of success with with the size and just their talent and skill. It's definitely going to be a good team coming in here on Sunday, and it's going to be a challenge for us to see where we are and see where we can go.
I know you guys obviously already have the outright title locked up, but just, I guess, Coach, it seemed like it was very emotional after the game at Iowa, talking about how not to lose focus on this game just because you've locked up the outright championship. Just, do you feel like that's going to be hard at all, or with senior day and all that, do you feel like it's just going to come natural?
The way we go about every day, we go about every day the same. Whether it was for the outright title at Iowa, practice Thursday, yesterday or today. We just keep getting better every single day. Maryland's a huge test for us, and they're a great team. And tomorrow's going to be another day that we have to come out, bring it, and get better as well.
Yeah, Coach Crean does an excellent job. you know, making sure, you know, like in the past, that we don't overlook opponents, that we don't do anything. You know, he always makes us take one day at a time, and he does an excellent job, you know, stressing the importance of each game, you know, especially this game, even though it may not matter, it does matter in the long run. You know, so he's definitely, you know, definitely stressing that and making us focus up and, you know, bring that energy.
Okay, thanks, guys.
Thank you.